I have no idea what you can hear or can't hear, anything like that. I just wanted to come up. They just popped up. Give us a minute. Hold on. We'll get everything up. There we go. All right. Hello. Yeah, so CRC, they just popped up, then they just went back down because it's only an hour we get on Instagram. So hopefully it comes back up in the next few minutes and then we can go with that. Hi. Ooh, spooky music, Halloween music. What's going on? Yeah, so that's what we got. Sorry. I thought they were coming back. How's everybody doing over in Instagram land? Yeah, I thought they were coming back, but they apparently aren't right now. So we can hang out for a couple minutes and talk. It's all good. How's everybody doing? You can see we've been doing some stuff. Oh my god, I'm so not ready for this. To be honest with everybody, my stuff is way over there. Hold on. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. You know what it is. We're here. Don't worry. We got some stuff we can talk about. There we go. That's better. Hey. Oh no, the paper towels took off. Dun, dun, dun. Ta-da. 2 hours. Yeah, Nicole. Hey, what's going on? Yeah. So yeah, we've been hanging out waiting. It's what it is, man. So how's everybody doing? Like y'all having a nice mischief night? I'm in Jersey. That's what we call it here. It in the Northeast. I know in Chicago, I think they call it what do they call it? All Hallows Eve. I forget. Nightmare Night or something like that. Oh, there's that music. I can't hear any of that music. That scares me a little. Why can't I hear the music? Anyway, they were supposed to be back, but they are not. Ooh, that's nice. How is nice? Like Restream's coming back. Nice, huh? Look at that. That looks tight, dude. Good, good, good. Right? You can see where it's coming from and everything. Except for Instagram. We got to go over to Instagram. Hold on. iCusher's hanging out over there. Nicole and everybody. What's going on? Yes, nice. We've got nothing going on over here. Man, I was so excited. I should have waited till I saw the whites of her eyes. You know what I mean? So if I do that, unfortunately, all the windows shrink, right? Oh, but that's not bad though. We can do that. We need a little music. It helps if you push all the buttons on your soundboard. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's go to Halloween now. I feel better with a little bit of music on the background. You know what I mean? Ooh. I don't know. That was a little bit too spooky for me. So, it's Wednesday. We're live, but we're not going to be live later. We'll be a little live, but we're not going to be live later, unfortunately, because we got a raging party we have to go to. How is everybody doing today? Oh my goodness, this thing's been crazy. I've been trying to get some work done, do all this. Ooh, they got spooky stuff. Let's play with the stuff while we're here. It's been nuts. Ooh, backgrounds. Oh, well, you guys aren't going to see the background anyway. So, yeah, we're just kind of chilling out for a minute here, hanging out. See what happens. Fortunately, they're doing their thing. That's funny how it dropped off and then came back to that. Hang on a minute. It is very spooky music, isn't it? I got my green Halloween shirt on, right? All right. Well, I don't have any graphics loaded. Let's get started. You guys got anything you want to talk about? Here, let's put that chat up. Liam, what's going on, man? Here, we're gonna overlay this chat here because that looks sweet. There we go. Happy Mischief Day, everybody. Shootouts, how you doing? Let's go over some stuff. Did you guys see? We're up in New York. Okay, we got this Toast brand. You know our buddy Toast. You know. So in New York, we did a Friday night live last week. When we were up in New York at NECAN, and we've been all over the place. You know, it's noon. We try our best to stay to. Hold on, let's do this so we can see the chat if they pop up over here. Awesome. But I want to just do this. Hold on, can I do it like this? Yeah. I think that'll work like that. All right, I'm gonna just hold my hand up like that, in case anybody pops on over there. There we go. All right, so we were up. This is all loaded in. So we had these Toast pre-rolls. Check these things out. We'll roll back through this stuff again while we're hanging out for a little bit. Oh, I didn't load it in like that. So Toast pre-rolls. Okay, classic. We picked this up at where was I? God, it was like the third stop we were at. It was a shop up in New York. Where's my bag there? No. Oh, it's not in here. It is not in here. I could scan it, but we're not going to. So 10-pack. All right. Really cool stuff. No, not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. No. Oh my God. We got stuff everywhere. Let's fire one of these up though. Anyway. So sativa 3.5 grams. I want to say it was like relatively cheap. It was the higher make my day, baby J is what it says in the thing. How adorable is that? Man, by the time they come back, man, we're not going to even we're not even going to make it. So, anyway, these are really good. I like this. Spence, what's going on? Brandon, Canterman. I'll be popping back and forth to the CRC. So yeah, New York getting it done. Not very cheap. Okay, to be honest. I mean, right in line with us. You know, taxes and everything else. I wish I had the receipt here, but like I said, I'm unprepared for class today, and I hope everybody will forgive me, but I am unprepared for class. I kind of was like messing around and everything else, and then I realized, oh shit, here we are.
Time is 1:37, and we will resume the public portion of this meeting. Thank you everybody for your patience. Again, we try our best to accurately anticipate the amount of time that we'll need during our executive session. Sometimes we underestimate how much time we actually need. Now, before we carry forward with our agenda, I do want to note that we have one agenda change. Application number 2893 is not being considered today, so that staff can do some additional follow-up that they requested. So again, that is application number 2893 is not going to be considered today, so that staff can do the follow-up that they need to do on to process that application.
All right, there's the agenda there. Okay.
Saeed, can you please announce the next agenda item?
Approval minutes.
The next up on the agenda is approving the minutes of the Commission's executive session held on September 19th, 2024. The minutes have been shared with the members of the Commission prior to this meeting.
Thank you. If there are no edits or changes needed to...
While they're talking right now, Liam, go ahead, and if Brutes is giving away a pound, they doing that again? That's awesome.
Is there a motion on this matter?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the executive session minutes for the month of September 2024.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on this motion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Motion passes.
The next item on the agenda is the consideration of bidding for safe use public information campaign.
Thank you. Director Ricks, I believe our chief counsel, Toyson, is going to be presenting a summary of this item.
Dank, what's going on?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So on their September board meeting, the board voted to extend the contract with Princeton Partners for our safe use campaign. This was under Resolution 2024-283. After that vote, we received additional information, and based on that information, our CRC staff recommends that the Commission vacate Resolution 283 as is unable to extend the contract. And with that, I turn it back over to you, Madam Chair.
Why can't we extend the contract? We're wasting time with what?
Hearing no questions, is there a motion on
Whatever. This is just another waste of fucking time and money, it seems like. Thank you, Liam.
Madam Chair, I move to vacate the resolution.
I guess either Princeton Partners can't do the fucking
Princeton Partners. for the safe use campaign.
Moved by
They can't do what they
Is there a
said, I
second?
guess.
Is there a second on this motion?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Del Coso. Is there any discussion on this motion to vacate the prior resolution?
Yes. Please explain it.
Hearing no discussion.
No.
Mr. Said, can you please
Please,
call the vote?
please explain it.
Commissioner Barker,
Aye.
Commissioner Del Coso,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Vice Chair Delgado,
Yes.
Chairwoman Wayne.
Yes.
Oh, it's vacated extension of contract. Oh, okay. I mean, still.
The next item on the agenda is the consideration of public notices and publications.
Here it is.
So here we have one item concerning our social equity excise fee. Director Riggs, I will return the floor over to you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Cannabis Regulatory Commission is authorized to impose a social equity excise fee under the Green Act. Pursuant to Regulation 17:30-3.4, the social equity fee shall be adjusted annually based on the average statewide retail price of an ounce of usable cannabis. That average retail price shakes out to be $330.68. In accordance with the regulations, when the average price is below $3.50 but above $2.50, the fee is to be set at $30 for usable cannabis and $8 for unusable cannabis sold for manufacturing. Therefore, it is staff recommendation that the fee be set in accordance with the regulations that were adopted by this board.
Whoa. Are you going to adjust?
Thank you, Director Riggs.
That's a big
If there
hit.
are no questions from the board, is there a motion regarding the social
We can adjust that number.
Yes, Madam Chairwoman.
Oh, he's good for it.
Vice Chair Delgado?
Come on, Delgado.
Madam Chairwoman, I move to waive NJAC 17:30-3.4 subsection C and set the social equity excise fee at $5 per ounce of usable cannabis and $3 per ounce of unusable cannabis sold for the purpose of manufacturing per year 2025.
He should kick the thing down to $2 for
I second that.
if you want to go that way, or even less for
There's a
unusable.
motion made to
But
waive
$5 an ounce, they came up with that in the back room. You hear this. This is gonna sail right
part
through.
of the rule 17:30.
So that's gonna be the new thing, $5.
And set the fee at $5 for usable cannabis and $3 for unusable cannabis. Is there any discussion on this motion?
Madam Chair, I would like to make an amendment to that motion, if possible. I'd like to waive the regulation 17:30-3.4 subsection C and set the social equity excise fee to $10 an ounce of usable cannabis and $3 an ounce for unusable cannabis sold for the purpose of manufacturing for calendar year FY 2025. And I want to share the reason why I landed on $10. And based on the regulations that we adopted back in the initial ones in 2021 and the amended ones in 2022, the first bracket of increase, what's supposed to happen after the 1/3 of 1%, was set to $10 per ounce and $3 per ounce for unusable cannabis.
There's a motion to amend present motion such that the fee be set to be $10 for usable cannabis and $3 for unusable cannabis. Is that accurate, Commissioner Jordan?
Yes.
Is there a second on this motion?
That unusable needs to come way down then. If you're gonna drop that by that percentage, just by sheer thing, the unusable's got to come down.
Again, is there a second on this motion to amend the underlying motion? Seeing as there is no second, the motion does not carry. The underlying motion remains the thing before us, remains the same, to waive 1730, 17:30-3.4C and set the fee at $5 for usable cannabis and $3 for unusable cannabis for purposes of manufacturing. Is there any further discussion? Is there any additional discussion on this motion?
Briefly, Madam Chair?
Commissioner Barker?
Yes, I move to amend the current motion and
Commissioner Barker.
move to waive the November 1st requirement pursuant to 1730-3.4 subsection D, I believe. I think this will afford the commission more time to gather more information, to speak to more stakeholders and organizations who represent the businesses and the people who will be directly impacted by this decision. Right now, as we've seen before us, we have a pending motion for $5. We have another motion.
The board's all split up on this. What did they talk about for 2.5 hours?
I think that I speak for myself, I absolutely need more information to understand what would be the appropriate number for New Jersey. I understand where other tax structures are in other states, and I understand that we were very creative in our approach to our tax structure. And social equity is a primary goal if we're going to be successful in New Jersey. And so it's not that I'm trying to limit the social equity excise fee. It's not that I'm trying to go to the maximum of the social equity excise fee. If that is not going to result in true equity downstream. I think this decision stands to impact a lot of businesses, especially I'm concerned about small businesses.
It's truth.
Our small businesses, our businesses that are just onboarding, our new cultivators. This decision can be devastating. And what we've already heard from businesses, access to capital is so hard to come by. At the same time, we're going to increase fees on them to X number. Wherever we land that plane, we need to be sure that we're going to be able to generate more tax revenue for great social equity programming that gets to the communities and the people most impacted by the bill on drugs, while at the same time not having a colossal effect on the industry where the social equity businesses that we newly onboarded can't make it and don't succeed. We not want to see that in the name of the highest form of an excise equity fee. I believe the statute affords us an option to go up to 30. I know our regs, for whatever reason, were drafted more strict. I think the statute affords us more wiggle room, and so I would hope that we can take the time to talk to stakeholders, to talk to businesses, to talk to organizations, and get more information on what is the right number for New Jersey. And for the record, there are many ways to realize social equity outside of the social equity excise fee. Right, our law conditions 70% of all tax revenue to go to impact zones for social equity investments. I know our governor and legislature, they have already started to provide direct allocations, as other states have done, and we can increase those allocations into the hundreds of millions, like other states have done. And that would also have a great impact on social equity. So I do make this motion to afford the commission more time to get this number right, so we have the right number that can have the dual effect of raising tax revenue for social equity investment while also protecting our businesses and the industry that we work so hard to create and hopefully build as a national model. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Barker. So the motion is to amend the underlying motion so that instead of waiving 3.4 subsection C, it would be waiving 3.4 subsection D. Is that accurate?
Correct.
All right. So there's a motion to waive, a motion to amend the underlying motion. Such that the underlying motion now becomes a waiver of, a waiver of Regulation 17:30-3.4D. Is there a second on this motion?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Del Pietroso. Is there any discussion on this motion to amend the underlying motion? Hearing no discussion on the motion to amend the underlying motion so that it then becomes a waiver of 17 NJC 17
Yeah, they're gonna back out of it. I like it. Go on, Commissioner Barker.
Please call the vote.
Commissioner Barker,
Aye.
Commissioner Del Pietroso,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
No.
Vice Chair Delgado,
No.
Chairwoman Waynu.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Woo! 3-2.
So now that motion has passed, the underlying motion now becomes a waiver, motion to waive 17:30-3.4D. Is there any discussion on this motion?
Madam Chair, could you repeat that? Is that D or C?
D as in Delta.
Hold on.
Waiving the November 1st date. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Hold up.
Okay.
The previous motion was about the $5, $3?
Correct.
The original.
Whoa, whoa.
That is correct.
Oh, shit.
Now, through the past amendment to the motion, the motion before us right now is a motion to waive NJAC 17:30-3.4 subsection D as in Delta to the effect that would waive the November 1st deadline for the commission to take action.
Okay, we just voted on the amendment to supersede the original motion. We didn't vote on.
Correct.
Okay,
Okay.
That's correct.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
We didn't vote on any fee, any waiver of the fee.
Correct.
I'm fucking confused.
The motion
Let's just see where they come out.
now is to waive NJAC.
Yeah, no tax.
17:30-3.4 as in Delta. Is there any further discussion on this motion? Hearing no further discussion, Mr. Said, on the motion to waive NJAC 17:30-3.4 subsection D as in Delta, can you please call the vote?
Commissioner Barker,
Aye.
Commissioner Del Pietroso,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
No.
Vice Chair Delgado,
No.
Chairwoman Waynu.
Yes.
The motion passes. The next item we have is to consider is the open public comment period.
So, as with every board meeting, as with every meeting of the board of commissioners, members of the public can submit comments to us in writing during or after this meeting by going to our website, nj.gov/cannabis/meeting. The deadline for submitting written comments regarding today's board meeting is 5 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday, October 31st. Written comments will be shared with the commission members and will be made public. Speakers, we will go through our list of registered speakers in order in which to register to speak. Speakers will be limited to 50 minutes. We have a timer on the screen for everybody to follow along. Mr. Said will call out the names of our registered speakers when it is your turn to speak. We'll ask you to turn on your microphone. To ensure that the meeting minutes are accurate, we ask everyone to please state your name before giving your comments. With that, Mr. Said, please call on our first set of speakers.
Thank you, Chairwoman. As a reminder, public speakers during this afternoon's public comment period will be limited to 3 minutes. Please be respectful and concise during your comments. The first person on the list, Thomas Morcia, if you're in the room.
I didn't know they were going to let you have straight public comment at this time. I would have promoted this like a regular meeting.
Right, I don't see that person. The next person on the list is Amy Kachalia.
New EV at Nirvana. How about that? Get our hands on that.
Okay, I see you, Amy.
Okay, Amy. Come on down.
Hi there, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hello, thank you for the opportunity to submit comment. My name is Annie Kachalia. I'm with the ACLU of New Jersey. We, along with partners, work to legalize and decriminalize cannabis in New Jersey with a focus on racial and social justice. A core tenet of that campaign and of the promises made in the legislation and regulations that followed were to be reparative in nature given the decades of harm done to Black and Latinx communities targeted for marijuana arrests. New Jersey spent millions of dollars each year, 143 million to be exact in 2017, enforcing these criminalization laws while simultaneously investing in resources and opportunities that allow communities to thrive. As such, this has always been one of the most important pillars of the work to ensure community reinvestment. And when the legalization law was signed in 2021, and when the regs were adopted not long after, they promised that a significant portion of their revenue, including 100% of the SEEF, would go back to communities across the state. Now, at the time, the SEEF was set purposefully low in order to allow the new industry to grow, with the promise that a higher fee would be implemented in the future to meet the need for meaningful community investment. But it was always clear when the SEEF would change. In March 2024, the CRC reported that the state's adult use cannabis market had achieved 1.3 billion in cannabis sales from April 2022 to March 2024. In the same time, less than $4 million was raised through the SEEF for community reinvestment. I respect the concerns that were raised earlier by the Commissioner regarding supporting social equity businesses and want to note that this seems indicative of a larger question of how the state can better support and invest in social equity businesses. I really hope that this is a concern that the CRC and the legislature and the governor take on, but this does not negate the state's obligation to follow through on its promises for community reinvestment. Today's decision, I know, was to delay the vote, but my hope is that when the final decision is made, that we will not be leaving millions of dollars on the table that should be invested back into Black and Latinx communities that have borne the brunt of the war, ignoring the law's promises and the regulations promises. Also set a precedent for future CRC commissioners and elected officials to disregard the reparative goals of cannabis legalization. I urge commissioners to adjust the SEEF in accordance with your regulations that say that the SEEF shall be $30 when it is at this mark in terms of its average retail cost per ounce. Thank you so much.
The next person on the list is Michael Brennan. If you're in the room, please raise your hand. Also, I want to note that if you are calling in by phone, press star 9 to raise your hand. Michael Brennan, I don't see that person. So I'm going to move on to the next person. Daniel.
Michael Brennan from Normal, I'm sure.
Please raise your hand. The next person on the list is Ruben Moreno.
Carlos. Is he here?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey guys, how's it going? Carlos Amosor, Township, New Jersey. So I am coming to you guys today because it's been a year, well 2 years that I've been trying the hardest to get into this business since I'm a Spanish, connecting the African American community and everything else. When New Jersey came and opened the market for the cannabis, minority like myself, the minute herb and cannabis legalized the market, we took a hit. So when you guys opened the CRC, open for the cannabis in New Jersey, I saw an opportunity and I went for it. I've been fighting for 2.5 years so far. I am down to all my money gone, and the more disappointed I am on the system because I have given everything up. I have shown everyone all the solution, and no one is standing up for it. Now, I want to know what strategy are you going to be doing to hold these people that are doing backdoor deal, township that are doing backdoor deal and hurting people like myself and my family. Now, we were the only female minority in town that applied for a dispensary. So far, everyone in town is Caucasian, has a background that never had anything to do with cannabis, and the one that do have a different background of drug dealing with fentanyl and all the other stuff. So I don't know who I gotta go to, but I am tired, and I need answer, guys. We need to do something because a lot of my people are trying to come in, but we can't because we are finding all these walls that the township are putting on. And then again, it's a favoritism. The people that get this license are favored or are related somehow with the town. Now, I have asked my township to sit down. I have asked everyone to sit down. I'm asking you guys, please, call my township and find out. Because it's not fair that all this information that I have, that I don't want to put it here, I feel like I got my family, we got stabbed, and we keep getting stabbed, and no one is standing for us. So I would like the CRC to start putting down their feet on these townships, please. Because I know your place is full, but we cannot get letting these politicians do a lot of favoritism for those other people, and the people that deserve the chance to get in here in this market are being stepped on their neck. Because that's how I feel. I'm choked. I can't go to another town.
I hear you. Hold on a second.
You guys put your feet down with this township. Thank you.
There we go.
The next person on the list is Austin Edwards. If you're in the room,
Please raise your hand. The next person on the list is Reverend Dr. Charles.
Boyer. If you're in the room, please raise your hand.
I think I might add. You know what it is? I came in so late. I had something adjusted wrong.
The next person on the list, William Caruso. If you're in the room, please raise your hand. I see you, William.
Choco chunk cookie, man. Double chunk choco cookie. I can't believe I just fucking did that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the commission, fantastic staff, and cannabis friends. My name is Bill Caruso. I'm an attorney at Archer Law, practice in this space. I'm an advocate, one of the original members of New Jersey United for Marijuana Reform, a group that founded this movement on the basis of racial social equity and social justice. I'm very proud of what we built here together. I'm very proud of this commission's work. I am sometimes criticized as being a homer for this commission, and that may not be the case today. You have built here a model for the nation. That's not my view. That's the view of other states. I have been in Maryland in panels that have been heralding what Jersey's doing. I have watched the Delaware regulator point to New Jersey and the model that we've created. And I just came from Black Cannabis Week several weeks ago in Philadelphia, where New Jersey was being held up as a model for success. That came through hard work, that came through tremendous advocacy, and it came through the diligence of this commission doing work to ensure this industry gets built. It also came with innovation at the municipal level. We talk about racial and social justice and investment in those efforts. That is happening right now in New Jersey at the local level. It is happening through the 2% tax that these municipalities are creating. It is happening through, unfortunately, increasing fees. It is happening also through very odd host community agreements, but it is also happening through the revitalization of downtown areas and the revitalization of industrial parks as a result of cannabis. And that's only happening in 33% of our towns, as one of our last speakers mentioned, is very difficult to open, but it is happening. And you're in the precipice of doing amazing things, not just a $20 million grant fund that has been a successful effort that was funded by the EDA, and certainly not just the recent news of a cannabis training academy, the first of its kind. These models are continuing to build, but you can't kill this golden goose right now, because this steep tax at a $30 rate would decimate the racial and social equity that you've built. And what it would do is absolutely exacerbate the problems of the legacy market. One of the greatest successes that New Jersey has had is not criminalizing its legacy market, but converting it. And that is going on right now. One of the biggest abominations, though, that I am frustrated with is the lack of advocacy. It is wonderful to see folks show up for the money here today. But where were you when this commission was under assault from well-heeled financial groups and political actors in this state that wanted to take it out and destroy it? It would have ruined everything we built. Thankfully, members of the Black and brown industry and other advocates joined together to help build that wall around this commission and protect them, and I'm happy that we did. Where were you when over the course of a year, we were fighting to lift up the ideals we said to create a safe, regulated, and tested market, and folks in the hemp industry from out of state were putting this poison not in our regulated market, but on store shelves and convenience stores, selling it to our children, untaxed, unregulated, competing with racial social equity. It was wrong. That bill has still not been enacted. It sits on the governor's desk, signed into law after a long wait over the summer, clarified by the courts, and still not implemented in the way it should be. If you want to raise money for the CEF, go back to the legislature and tell them to tax hemp the same way that they're taxing cannabis. Those folks want to be on store shelves, and they should be paying the CEF too. Charles Barker, Commissioner Barker, my apologies. You did an amazing thing today. You hit pause. You were right. You were right to go back and study this. There are ways to protect this industry. There are ways to encourage fairness. There are ways to continue building on the phenomenal successes you've built on already. I applaud this commission's work today. I pledge to work with you and the advocates at this table to find the right answer. Racial and social equity reinvestment is absolutely important, but not on the backs of this
Caruso.
and not on the backs of this industry. Thank you for your time.
Good job, Mr. Caruso.
Okay.
This headband is out of control too. BP Dubs.
I see.
We haven't
Austin Edwards.
we haven't checked in a show view in a while. Fuck, dude, still fucking.
Thank you very much.
Ripping it up. Oh,
Afternoon, Chairwoman, Vice Chairman, and esteemed members of the Commission. Again, this is Austin Edwards, Senior Policy Director for Salvation and Social Justice. We stand alongside our advocate partners like the ACLU and other directly impacted communities, urging the state to raise the social excise fee on cannabis revenue. This decriminalization and legalization of cannabis in New Jersey was a critical first step in ending a long, ineffective, devastating war on drugs. Prior to 2020, there are more than 3,600 marijuana-related arrests made each year. Research from the ACLU-NJ reported that New Jersey ranked 11th for the highest rate of arrests of Black people for marijuana possession and 8th in the nation per 100,000 people. See, on the heels of this legalization between 2010 and 2018, New Jersey saw an increase of 45.6% in its rate of marijuana possession arrests, which existed as the ninth highest increase in the nation at the time. The sheer magnitude of the impact on Black residents in the state cannot be overstated, with policies that fueled blight, disinvestment, and the collapse of critical infrastructure within our communities. This is the legacy of cannabis prohibition in New Jersey, and we won't repair the harm that was committed against Blacks in this state by this state, absent significant and intentional investments directed towards restorative, equity, and wealth building programs. This is why we are in support of raising the amount of the CEF. Specifically, we don't think even $10 enough. We're hoping to raise it to the highest statutory amount, $60 if possible, because this is necessary to ensure the investments are desperately needed to repair and restore impacted communities are done in a meaningful and substantive way. In addition to CEF, we're urging this commission and lawmakers to create a public dashboard that allows residents to track the funding that's been set aside for community reinvestment and how it's being utilized to support community programs, resources.
That would drive
supports, and other
everybody back to
opportunities.
the.
There should be an annual report on the cannabis community reinvestment and the way those dollars are being used over time. We need this transparency about how much revenue is being generated, how that money is being allocated, because currently it's unacceptable that the public must be subjected to perpetual states of not knowing. We've worked long and hard, and our residents have done the same to make sure that this legalization and reinvestment should be able to see where their tireless efforts are going. I just want to acknowledge that we recognize the work of this commission. I know a lot of commissioners spoke to the same earlier. We're just hoping to create and establish an equitable and legal cannabis industry. We know it's not easy, but we know that you have the power to create that equity back in our community. Thank you very much.
That'd be pretty
I
cool.
just want to note that the names that I did call that I see raising their hands, I will get back to you. I'm just going to go in order and then get back to the other names. The next person on the list is Damon Hanschel. If you're in the room, please raise your hand. If you're also, just another thing to keep in mind, if you're calling in by phone, please dial *9 to raise your hand.
Yeah, the Hillview's good, man.
The next person on the list is Joseph Kanageiser. If you're in the room,
I'm sure
please raise your hand.
I'm sure it's a supply issue. They're not in bigger places. They got to stay medical. That's a whole thing too. Don't forget they got to supply their whole medical side also.
The next person on the list is Ken Wolski.
With all that shit, that's why it's a whole big thing.
Please raise your hand.
Walski.
Ken Wolski.
This thing. How cool is this?
The next person on the list is James Graziano.
Go to Instagram.
Graziano. The next person on the list is Samuel Reichbart.
Sam.
If you're in the room, please raise your hand.
Sam and I fucking ripped it up. Dude, Sam and I partied hard at the Butter Cake Content House. He had that fucking rig going the whole time.
John DeMeo.
Ripping it up, dude. He had that big rig in all the videos. That's Sam's fucking rig, dude. Just so you know. Fourth wall break. That's Sam's rig, the big one that everybody's smoking.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Here we go.
Yes.
Okay.
That's Sam right there.
Hi. I just wanted to bring a point to your guys' attention. I really think there needs to be a delineation between I don't want to say MSO because there are, newer, smaller businesses that are moving over to New Jersey, but some of the larger corporate companies absolutely can afford to pay the $30 CEF fee. Companies like Curaleaf that have done patients wrong for many, many, many years now, They produce cannabis around $100 a pound and then turn around and sell it inside their dispensaries for anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000. And at wholesale, they're still getting about $4,000 per pound. There is no reason, not a single one, that they cannot afford the $480 per pound of the CIF fee. There is absolutely no reason. But at the same time, we do still need to protect these small businesses that have worked so hard to come online and that are struggling for money right now. They cannot afford that. We need to create a delineation between the micro licenses or something along those lines because I don't want to see the companies that I would actually bother to smoke that are on shelves right now go under. But at the same time, I think Cureleaf and GTI and MPX and Kindtree and every single one of these companies that has put out garbage, that puts their weed in irradiation machines, that makes sure mold gets to the market, that pays extra to inflate their numbers, that lab shops, that harms patients. Every single one of those companies should absolutely have to pay every single dollar that you guys are allowed to charge them by law. If you don't, you are just allowing them to do our state dirty and allowing them to continue to hurt people that should be getting the benefits of the war on drugs and of cannabis legalization. Do right by the people that you keep saying you want to do right by. The small businesses that have worked so hard to get into this industry and the people who y'all have spent the last 50, 60, 70 years arresting. Thank you.
I mean, I clap for his passion. You know how it is.
The next person on the list is
Somebody needs to say
John
it, man.
DeMayo.
I gotta say,
If you're in the room, please raise your hand.
I try to be pretty straight down the line. Sam's no,
The next person on the list is Bo Hutch.
because EV, what we're talking about
If you're
is
in the room,
what
please
Sam's
raise your
talking about.
hand.
Exactly what we're talking about. A small little group like you can't really
Bo
afford to
Hutch.
pay a big fucking hit right now at the gate in an excise fee, but other companies can. So he's like, let's
go over
look
the
at it a
names
little
of
bit
the people
differently,
that did not
which is
get
a
a
great fucking
chance
thought,
to speak
but it's
that
very
are on the
difficult to
list.
do. You'd have to put
Thomas
like a
Marcia,
financial
if you're
cap
in the
and
room, please raise your hand.
I mean, micro or maybe micros don't have to
Michael
fucking pay
Brennan,
it.
if you're in the room,
You
please
know,
raise your hand.
maybe I don't know, but it was good to hear somebody come up with like at least he had a
Daniel
fucking
Kessel,
some sort of solution.
I see that you have your hand raised.
Dan Castle from Bud Hop, but here he is. You coming, Dan? I thought I heard him.
Daniel?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, my name is Dan Kessel, owner of Blood Hub NJ, based in Toms River, hoping to open up somewhere in Ocean County. Also, social equity applicant, also someone who just got out of prison recently for cannabis, for crimes, they say. But what I'm really calling today would be about corruption in the government and processing and licensing. What would happen if a town with dispensaries currently open, the ordinance was not done properly? Now, I'm going to use Pine Beach, Ocean County as an example because they just opted in. And I'm sure, as you guys know, the process for opting in is towns have to do a first read and a second read of an opt-in ordinance. And then there's a 20-day maturation period. And during that 20 days, the residents are allowed to go collect signatures, which would be about 25% of the last vote, to overturn that. Now, that gets me to South Toms River.
Yeah, I
South
knew you
Toms
were coming.
River did a first read on February 28th, and on the same day accepted an RFP process. And then 2 weeks later, on March 14th, gave the RFP acceptance letters to open up to 3 companies. One is currently open, and they did the second reading of the ordinance, not giving the 20 days. Now, my issue with that is I can't get into specifics because there is a criminal investigation going on at the South Toms River is cannabis program. But if you would like to speak with me, I can meet with my lawyers. But also, as the social equity tax you guys are doing, it's going to absolutely triple manufacturers, wholesalers. It's going to cripple retailers purchasing. Prices are going to skyrocket. I don't think it's an old idea. I'm all for social justice. And why wouldn't you guys recommend Why is cannabis taking the full burden of social equity and social justice when alcohol has hurt our communities way worse than cannabis ever could? Maybe rewriting the cannabis laws and alcohol laws and taxing alcohol a lot more,
Ain't
just
no
like the feds
politician
seem to
gonna
do
touch
on
that third
cannabis,
rail.
would bring more
No
revenue
fucking way.
for the state of New Jersey for social equity and social justice. But that's just a point on that topic. But on corruption, it's happening on all local towns. It's something that needs to be looked into. I spoke with someone a year and a half ago, let them know I made a criminal complaint, and you guys still let dispensaries open knowing what is going on, that
Whoa.
there's a criminal investigation going on. So we have a huge problem. Your job is to make sure these deals are done correctly, and they're not being done correctly, and the ordinances aren't even being done correctly. So these dispensaries that are open are now fruit from the bad tree. So we have a huge problem, and I look forward to working with you guys in the future. Thank you.
Wow.
The next person on the list is Ruben Moreno. If you're in the room, please raise your hand.
There's been a lot of talk about that down in South Tom River.
Ruben Moreno.
Carlos.
The next person on the list
I can't
is
say.
Reverend Dr. Charles Boyer.
He always talks about that.
If you're in the room, please raise your hand.
So we'll see how that all shakes out. That's a bold statement.
The next person on the list is Damon Hanschel.
Yeah.
If you're in the room, please raise your hand.
Booze needs to pay their fair share.
The next person on the list, Joseph Kanageiser. If you're in the room, please raise your hand. The next person on the list, Ken Wolski. If you're in the room, please raise your hand. The next person on the list, James Graziano. The next person on the list, John DeMeo. If you're in the room, please raise your hand. And last but not least, Bo Hutch. If you're in the room, please raise your hand.
On the agenda, that's all we got after this. So,
Chairwoman Wainu, this will conclude the registered speakers we have for today's public meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Saeed, and thank you to everybody who shared their comments, their experiences, and their suggestions and ideas for the commission. Again, anybody can submit written comments to the commission.
that's cool. We got 2
by
minutes.
going to our website, nj.gov/cannabis/meetings, and submit it and sharing your written comments to us by 5 o'clock tomorrow, October 31st. This concludes the business that we have before us today. With that, I move that we adjourn today's meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Del Cioso. Any discussion on this motion to adjourn? Hearing no discussion. All those in favor of adjourning say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Motion passes. The time is 2:23 and we are adjourned. Thank you everyone and have a great rest of your evening.
All right, let's go over and take a little. Who yelled about here? Sam. What is even happening at this point? What's the point of streaming this? Nothing. Hey, what's going on? Oh, we're in 6. Why wouldn't it do that? Hold on. That's really weird. What? So, how about that? Yeah. So that's it. There we go. So that's it. No action taken on the social excise tax at this time. What they're going to do is they're going to revisit it. You see, a lot of people are very upset about it. And we got 10 seconds here. everybody, thanks so much for watching. And we won't be live tonight. We will be live at a party tonight, live at in Asbury Park. Come check us out. Thanks everybody so much for watching. I think that should be it for you. Instagram. It's going to drop out. Thanks everybody for all your comments on Instagram and everything else. Steven Smokes hanging out. I saw Highly Canisters, Candyman, Buttercake was hanging out. Surprise, everybody. Pay attention. Steven Smokes, of course. AMZ Films and Dave Christian from Shore House, Canada. Once again, thanks. EV Cultivators, of course. Thank you so much for stopping by and hang out for a couple minutes. All right, everybody. You have a great day. We will see you next time live. It's going to be a busy week with Halloween and everything else. We're going to be in Asbury Park tonight at the Kind 10th anniversary party. When they invite you to a 10th anniversary party, you put your little webcast aside and you go to that party. So we'll see you tonight in Asbury Park, ripping it up. It's going to be a really, really good time. So if you're going to be there, I'll see you there. If you're not going to be there, maybe I'll see you Thursday somewhere. A couple parties going on Thursday, right? You got the Groon Timeless. You got the Doobies, Paint and Chill up there in North Jersey. You got the Groon Timeless party in the what's the other one? There's another sponsor on that going on Halloween. All right. A lot of good stuff. Just remember to be safe out there. All right. There's going to be a lot of kids running around and stuff. Take it slow, be easy. You know what I mean? And have fun. I'm sure like you're like me, you really enjoy Halloween. It's a great time. Yeah. There's nobody over there, huh? Yeah, that dropped out. I have fun with it. We like Halloween, man. It's fun. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you soon at the next one. If not Friday, we'll catch you next week, Wednesday. Stay tuned to Instagram for all the updates and everybody else. And that should be it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.